Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got a little bit of a kit share for you guys. I actually wasn't really even sure if I was going to be able to participate this month, but if you've been following my channel for a little while, you know that I have been participating every quarter with the Sketchy Friends collaborations with 3 other of my friends, with Scylla, with Teresa, and Jenny K. I will make sure I have their channels linked in the description box for this, and also the reveal, right, of our projects that we have completed. 2 separate videos. This one is just really an introduction to some things that I have pulled together. And then the final product will be usually right around the last Sunday of the month. So anyway, so let me get to it. I, for various different reasons that I will share just a little bit about, you'll see why I have chosen some of the stuff that I have. It'll hopefully make a little bit of sense. So part of the Sketchy Friends, if you have not watched before, essentially it is the 4 of us selecting a theme, a topic, something to scrap about. And sometimes it varies. It could be a manufacturer. We've done, this is more of a, not so much a season, because this one in particular is summer adventure type, is more of the theme. And we usually have some type of prompt that goes along with it. So something that we want to focus on. It could be a tool, it could be a technique. For this month, it is stitching. And so for this quarter, I should say, it is stitching. So let me go through and show you. What I have done is I have selected a couple of base pages, and I'll tell you, you guys are probably like, well, that's a little bit like cheating. Well, it may be, but I'm also using up my stash that is in my space. So I'm not shy about saying, hey, it's a base page. I very recently went through some photo organizations. I did not film this process for the photo organization. And I know that some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how many printed photos that I had saved that were just bad quality, dark. I don't know. I think I had a thing about like not getting rid of printed photos. And for the longest time, and clearly neither did my family. And I'm talking about my parents mostly, because they also did not. And so I was coming across, and I still haven't finished, duplicates, triplicates of some photos, sometimes the doubles in photo albums, 2 different photo, like it's just madness, right? So I was working on this photo project because I very recently lost my dad, and so I was wanting to do something really special for to be able to celebrate his life and to show a lot of the different things that different travels and different memories that he had with my family, my extended family, our friends. Yeah, so just trying to capture those beautiful moments. And I did come across some photos that I know that I have never scrapped. And how important it is to get some of these pictures and memories scrapped. Believe it or not, this is complete tangent, and I apologize. How important it is to get printed photos to their rightful owners. And I'll tell you just a little story. So one of my cousins, who was the last to see my father alive, came to see him as I was in the midst of the photo project and trying to go through the photos, select some of those that were going to be part of the slideshow. I happened to come across one in particular. Both of his parents, the cousin that was visiting, have passed, and I found my aunt and my uncle's wedding photo, and it was a black and white, very, very thin, just the weight of the paper that it was printed on. And I took the opportunity to go up to him and ask him whether or not he had ever seen his parents' wedding picture, because I don't understand why we have it and their children do not, right? And so I embarked on this whole project of, obviously I gave him the picture of his parents on their wedding day. And then I embarked on doing some of the same for some other close family members, and grouping them in families. And because they were printed photos, instead of just getting rid of them, I was like, these are such beautiful memories that, like, they're good pictures and they should have them, right? And so that's what I ended up doing. I haven't gotten them all to the rightful owners. It was just, my cousin was here in the moment, and as I came across this one particular photo, it was lovely to just be able to give that to him in person. And so in the midst of all of this, I started discovering some other photos, right? Let's get back to why we're here. So I found these photos. These are probably about, I would guess that these are more than 20 years old at this point, probably closer to 25 years old, something to that effect. So, and they're really very specific memories. So I started going through the kits that I had previously brought into, like, I need to use up these kits. If you've watched some of my more recent going through the collections, like, I need to pull these and just like make some quick layouts and call it good. This particular one really went with the colors in the photos. It's not one of those kits. This is a base page. Sorry, my brain isn't all together there either. But this is this paper line. This is from a Scrapbook and Cards Today class that I took, and then the papers are all from American Crafts, April and Ivy, and the class is from the spring of 2024. So I just put these identifiers so that I know where to go to look for the rest of the embellishments. So this is what I'm going to use for one of them. It's a multi-photo page, so I'm going to have to just figure out some stuff with that one. But I don't think my friends will mind at all that I'm getting a little bit of a jump start just because of everything that I have been dealing with. So, all right. So same goes for this one. This is not a base page, but this is what's called a Simple Story Simple page. If you've never worked with these, it's not, the paper is not the greatest of quality, I will say, or at least for this one that I have. But it's for happy travels, and I'm documenting, this is circa 1994, circa 1995. There's me in front of the Grauman's Chinese Theater that it was named before, but I was there on a work trip for literally one day, and night. I flew right back out. I was there just for work. Oh, I missed that purse. I just realized what purse that was. I used to love that little purse. Man, I don't know why I got rid of it. Anyway, okay, so I've already used this 2-page simple page, so I'm going to be focusing on this one. Now, I'm not committed to using all of these embellishments, but wherever I can, I will try. I will do my best. So that is that one. I've selected photos for all of these already. Yes. I'm like, did I imagine it? All right. So this is definitely one of the collections that I have been wanting to just use up as much of the paper, lots of layers, and then deconstruct, right? Take everything apart. And this one, I actually may have to just rethink the whole manufacturer storage because I would like to keep my Maggie Home stuff together. So anyway, so this is the collection. This is what I have left of. This is Garden Party by Maggie Holmes. And it is from 2020. I love this collection. I have played with it a ton. And I found, let me see. Oh, this actually has a year. Oh, no, it doesn't. But I can tell you, we haven't had a Sam's Club here in probably close to 15, no, probably 16, somewhere between 16 and 18 years we haven't had a Sam's Club. So I found this old picture of my husband and I believe this is during our honeymoon. And I've never scrapped this photo that I could remember. So I have that one. Again, more adventures, right? Different adventures, different summer themes. That first one was from a summer vacation. This is new to me. This is the Echo Park Witches and Wizards. And I won this one at one of the last scrapbooking retreats that I attended. There's with hopefully not too much glare for you guys, if you can see. And I have just a handful of pictures from when my youngest went to Orlando. They're not all the greatest photos. It was a particularly cold day in Florida in February when she went to the park. So we're going to document that. That was definitely an adventure for her. And then let me show you some of the things that I have put together for stitching. So this is what is actually in my stash. This is not anything new. This is just stuff that I have. So the push pad I've had for years and years, but you can use anything. You could use foam. That's what this is. Nothing fancy. You could use a mouse pad. That's what this resembles a mouse pad. It works kind of the same way. And then years and years ago at Tuesday Morning, they used to sell these stencils. Usually, I think the majority of them were from American Crafts that I purchased. Let's see if I can get them out of the little bag. All right, so I have some with letters, if you can see there, some letters. And then they have some really cute shapes like here at the bottom. They all have different ones. And then they also have the numbers, and then there's X's down here. And then this one, I don't know if you can tell. Let me see, turn this paper over. You can't really tell all that much, but this is, let's see, where am I? This is an X right here. This looks like a photo frame, but like a smaller, almost like those Instax cameras size of photos. This is an acorn, and then this is a cloud. So, sorry if you can hear my fan. It is hot. It is hot upstairs. I had to come downstairs because it was so bad up there. And it's not a terribly hot day, but it's just really hot in the house. I did go through and I actually practiced some stitches a while back, and so I have my little sample card in here if I ever just want to see what it looks like. I think I just tried it for just ha-has to see how it would look. Okay, so that's part of the tools, and then let me show you the other. So my girlfriend a few years back gifted me this little box. Not quite sure where she got it, and then she used some adhesive vinyl to put that on there. So I have some threaders that I think these are from Temu. I don't even remember, but I have a bunch of different embroidery threads. And really the reason why I'm just pulling these out is because I wanted to show you, oh, my other threader is upstairs, so I can't show you that. This one is like a stitch remover. Sometimes I need that, so that comes in here. These I've had for decades. These are my needles in here, and the magnetic, like if they fall, easy to pick up. And then these came with the stencils, right? So you could poke your holes and be ready for stitching. So these are the ones that I've had. Like some of these came with, you can tell, the ones in black like came with things that I purchased, and the ones in white I have put on there myself. So yeah, I did go today. So the last time when I was putting together the kits, I was thinking to myself, you know, I don't know if this is enough for the variety of colors that I have in each of these individual kits. And so I did end up going to Hobby Lobby and just grabbing a few. So I got, let me see, I got 3 different greens, just because green can be really hard to match. So I know I have, this is more like for garden party, and I think, I can't remember, I was thinking more of the Kelly green, that if I needed that, because if you see in here, I do have this green. This could go for, you know, go for a green as well. I think that other one is gray, yeah. So anyway, I got these green. I got 1 yellow because I do have a yellow in here. Oh, look, I was smart and actually put the number here. That was smart. Was it this? Let's see if I picked out the same color. No, they're 2 different colors. Yay. I was like, oh, was guessing. I needed some burgundy for that Wizards collection. So I just got a couple of different shades of the burgundy. I got 2 more whites, just because you can always use white. And then I got a couple of different blues, because one of the collections, one of the travel ones has more of a royal blue. And I also got some of the navy. So if you've never used embroidery thread for stitching paper, so one of the things that I do is a little bit goes a long way, in the sense that you don't need, like this comes with, let me see if I can count. Usually I think it's six strands maybe. Let's see, 1, 2, yeah, it looks like there's 6. So I usually, for paper, I do sometimes 2 and see how that looks. Sometimes I do 3. And so you don't end up using a ton unless you're going to be using the same color over and over. So I really, really like that. What does come in handy, and not necessarily this brand, but there is a DMC threader for your needle that is really, really good. I don't think I have it. Let me just double check. it's upstairs with my embroidery stuff, just because I'm working on a little project. But they're a little bit different than this, but it's sturdier, and I think it's so much better. So anyway, so this is what I'm going to be playing with for July. And then I'm going to call it good. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed that little share, and I am still looking forward to getting some time to be able to play with some things that really bring me a lot of peace and a lot of calm, and you know, just taking it one day at a time. So I'm so thankful that you're here and grateful that you're here and continue to support my channel. And I can't wait to show you what I come up with this particular project for Sketchy Friends. Until next time, guys, bye for now.